The genetic harvest, aliens, and the human experiment. It started with a whisper, a rumor, a barely audible conversation overheard by someone who shouldn't have been listening. But that whisper, as faint as it was, carried a weight of truth so heavy that it shattered the illusion of normalcy for anyone who heard it. In a world that thought it was safe, secure in its knowledge of its place in the universe, this one secret threatened to unravel everything. The human race was not alone, and they never had been. Somewhere, in the vast, infinite expanse of space, alien species had been watching Earth for longer than any of us could imagine. They had waited, studied, and observed our progress, waiting for the perfect moment to intervene. But their motives were not what anyone expected. It wasn't conquest. It wasn't destruction. No, the aliens had a far more chilling plan. They had come to harvest us. Maya Pierce never believed in conspiracies. She was a practical woman, a scientist with a PhD in genetics, and a firm belief that everything could be explained by reason, logic, and data. That was until the night she found herself standing in a dark alley, her heart pounding, facing a man who claimed to know everything about her world and about her. "You're not going to like this," the man said in a voice laced with urgency. "But you have to listen. It's not a conspiracy. It's happening. Right now." Maya had met him by chance. Or was it? He had approached her after her lecture at a medical conference, his eyes intense, his presence magnetic. His name was Jack, and he was a part of a group she never expected to encounter. People who knew about the experiments, about the genetic harvesting. But Maya didn't believe him. Not at first. The government, the media, all the trusted institutions in her life had kept everything under wraps. It was easier to dismiss the rumors as crazy talk than to entertain the possibility that the world had been manipulated, that humanity itself was the subject of a grand, horrifying experiment. But Jack's words stuck with her, digging into her thoughts like tiny, relentless seeds. "We've been chosen," Jack continued, his voice quiet but desperate. "You've seen the patterns, right? You've heard the stories. People going missing, children with strange abilities, unexplained phenomena. It's all connected. These aliens, they're not just studying us. They're harvesting us. Our genes. Our DNA." Maya felt a shiver crawl up her spine. She had read the reports, heard the rumors, but nothing had ever seemed to connect in a way that made sense. But as Jack spoke, things started to fall into place. The inexplicable medical advancements, the children born with abilities far beyond what should have been possible, and the strange, unaccountable disappearances. Were they part of a grand plan? Were they part of something much larger than anyone realized? "Why us?" Maya asked, her voice trembling. "Why humanity? What do they want with our genes?" Jack's eyes darkened. "They don't just want our genes. They want to use us as a stepping stone to evolve their own species. They've been experimenting with us for centuries, manipulating our genetics to create a superior hybrid race. And now, they're ready to make their move." Maya's mind raced. She had always thought of humans as the pinnacle of evolution, of life on Earth. But what if everything she had believed was a lie? What if her very existence had been part of something far more sinister than she had ever imagined? "The first experiments started generations ago," Jack explained. "Small groups of humans were taken, altered, bred with extraterrestrial DNA. Over time, they became the perfect specimens, powerful, intelligent, adaptable. And now, they've perfected it. They've created hybrids, beings that look human, but aren't." Maya took a step back, her mind reeling. She had worked with genetics for years, understood the intricacies of the human genome, but the idea of extraterrestrial manipulation seemed too far-fetched to accept. Yet, standing in front of Jack, listening to his words, she could feel the unease building inside her. "Are they here? Now?" Maya asked. Jack nodded slowly, his gaze intense. "They're all around us. They walk among us. Some of them are already in positions of power, working behind the scenes to prepare humanity for what's coming. They're waiting for the right moment to reveal themselves." Maya felt her knees weaken. She had spent her life studying the human body, unlocking its secrets. But this was something beyond her comprehension. Could it be true? Could humanity be so naive so unaware of the alien influence that had been guiding their evolution for centuries. Jack's voice dropped to a whisper. You're part of their plan, Maya. Your research, your work, it's exactly what they need. They've been watching you, monitoring your breakthroughs, and now they want you to help them perfect their hybridization process. A cold sweat broke out on Maya's brow. The implications of Jack's words were too much to grasp in one moment. But there was one thing she couldn't ignore. Jack was terrified, and whatever truth he was revealing, it was real. Maya spent the following days in a haze, unable to shake the images that Jack's words had planted in her mind. She began to notice things she hadn't before. People who never quite seemed to fit in, a group of children who seemed unnaturally advanced for their age, strange patterns in genetic data that couldn't be explained by science. Her mind raced with the possibilities. One night, after hours of research, Maya stumbled across a file buried deep within a government database. It was encrypted, locked away from public view, but somehow she had managed to bypass the firewalls. The document she uncovered sent her heart pounding in her chest. It was an ancient record, tracing the origins of a project known only as the Genetic Harvest. The document detailed the involvement of extraterrestrial species in manipulating human genetics, starting in the early 20th century and spanning decades. It spoke of hidden labs, clandestine agreements between governments and alien factions, and the ongoing genetic experiments designed to create a hybrid species, one that would bridge the gap between Earth's humans and their alien creators. Maya's hands trembled as she read the final line of the document. The hybrid species is ready. The time has come for humanity to evolve. She sat back, her breath shallow. The realization hit her with full force. It wasn't just an experiment. It was an agenda, a plan to take control of Earth by using human genetics as the key. These aliens have been playing the long game, shaping the human race to fit their own needs. The hybrids were already here, walking among us, blending in, preparing for the day when they would come forward and claim their place as the dominant species. But what did this mean for her? Was she a part of their plan? Could she be unknowingly helping to create a race of beings that would take over the planet? And what about Jack? Was he one of them? Or was he a part of the resistance? Maya couldn't stay in the dark any longer. She had to find out the truth. She had to uncover the secrets behind the genetic harvest and what role humanity would play in the coming revolution. With Jack's help, Maya began to investigate further, diving deeper into the heart of the conspiracy. She knew she was on the verge of something monumental, something that could change the world forever. But the more she uncovered, the more dangerous things became. There were forces at play that didn't want the truth to be exposed, powerful beings who would stop at nothing to protect their secret. And soon, Maya found herself facing a choice. Would she continue her research, uncovering the truth and risking her life to expose the conspiracy? Or would she join the aliens, embrace the hybridization process, and accept a future where humanity was no longer the dominant species? The lines between right and wrong, human and alien, began to blur. And in the end, Maya realized that the fate of humanity wasn't in the hands of the aliens. It was in her own. What would you choose? Would you help uncover the truth? Or would you join the hidden powers at play? The genetic harvest is only just beginning. Subscribe to follow Maya's journey and see where the truth leads.